$480 per year. That's what the Biden administration wants to give a certain group of people as additional stimulus. But it doesn't stop there. We also have lawmakers that are wanting to see an additional $3,600 every single year going to another group of people. Again, it doesn't stop there. And what about a $7,500 tax credit? Again, more stimulus. I think we can all agree that the Biden administration has done everything that they can to stimulate the economy and the American people's bank accounts. And whether or not this is a good move or not, honestly, I don't know, but it is not stopping. Seriously, there's so much stimulus still floating around. But why would the Biden administration continue to pour stimulus into the U.S. economy? Well, it's actually pretty simple. Right now, the American people are worried about things like inflation. We're extremely worried about inflation. It's still at 5%. We've been promised it is going to come down and come down quickly. Well, it is slowly coming down. We're also worried about our jobs. Will they still be there? We see all these headline reports, layoffs, mass layoffs. That's not what we want. And we are extremely concerned about things like Social Security, Medicare, education, and so much more. Now, the strategy that Democrats have used over the past year is a mere stall tactic, according to financial experts. And think about it. Even though stimulus is in one way or another, it hasn't essentially been stalled. The inflation numbers that come off of that stimulus have been. Let me explain. Think about this for a second. Think about President Biden's student debt forgiveness plan. There are 45 million borrowers who owe more than $1.6 trillion in debt. That's what we know. That's a fact. Okay? This means that the average balance is around $38,000, $40,000. Right? Pretty substantial. President Biden wants to forgive up to $10,000 or $20,000 for a grant. This will save the average borrower around $200 to $300 per month. That right there, the fact is that is still stimulus. Now here's the thing. That money is not flowing into the economy just yet. Or is it? Well, here's another fact for you. The fact is that right now there is still a payment pause, which means that this stimulus has pretty much been delayed. Meaning any potential risk to inflation wouldn't actually happen until months after the forgiveness is approved. But as of right now, it's pretty much stuck in the Supreme Court. As of right now, the student loan payment pause is the only thing that is stimulating the economy because borrowers do not have to make a payment. So that right there is still causing additional inflation. There's additional upward pressure on inflation. Again, there's 320 plus million people here in the United States, but about 43 million are getting the benefit of this monthly stimulus. But again, it doesn't stop there. If you want to go buy an electric car, you can, because the Biden administration will give you up to $7,500 as a tax credit, as long as you make less than $150,000 per year. But again, it doesn't stop there. There's a new loan level price adjustment. And in this, they call it the LLPA, but in the new loan level price adjustment matrix, it's going to start on May 1st, 2023. Right now it's April 21st, so we're coming close. But mortgage borrowers with good credit, they will actually face a higher cost than those with poor credit, as far as the percentage is concerned. I will give you an example in just a second. But just get this. Somebody that borrows $400,000 at 6% would be paying about $40 more per month if you have good credit. Over the course of a year, this is $480. 2 years, right? What, $960? Over the life of a 30-year loan, that is $14,400 that somebody would pay in excess because they have good credit. That's a lot of stimulus. And that right there, again, would be delayed. It's not here. Here's $14,400. Go spend it as you wish. No, it's okay. This is how much money in addition you have to pay. So it actually hurts. But again, for the people with poor credit, they're getting this discount. Let me just give you 2 examples of how this works. So under the new or revised LLPA, the pricing structure, a home buyer with a 740 FICO credit score and anywhere between a 15 to 20% down payment, you will face a 1% surcharge, and that is an increase of 0.75% compared to the old fee, which was just 0.25%. Okay? So that's a substantial increase. Now, let's look at the difference between somebody with good credit versus somebody with bad credit, or essentially bad credit. Buyers with the credit score of 679 or lower, well, here's what's going to happen. A buyer with, let's say, a 620 credit score, okay, 620 FICO score. If you put a down payment of 5% or less, you would actually get a 1.75% discount. That's a discount. So instead of an increase in your old fee, you get a discount. That's if you put 5% or less down. That's a decrease from its old rate, which used to be 3.5%. Do you see the difference here? That is a substantial difference. And again, we're trying to cater to people that are not in a home, can't afford a large down payment, don't have a high credit score. And according to experts, those people that don't have a high credit score, don't have a lot of money saved, chances are you're coming from a lower income household. That's the reason why we're trying to stimulate that part of the economy. And again, I've said this before, our economy is not fair. There's nothing fair about what we do. And right now, we are trying to stimulate the part of the economy that is struggling. And those are the lower and middle to lower income households. Now, let's also talk about what else is going on right now. Because there's still many lawmakers that want to see the child tax credit payments return. This is those $300 per month payment for children ages between 0 and 5. It's $250 per month for children aged 6 to 17. We know both Republicans and Democrats agree that this should be reconsidered. And the reason is because everything has gotten so much more expensive. Food, gas, rent, everything, clothing, just so much more expensive than a year ago. Both parties see the benefits behind giving additional assistance to families with children. And again, I bring this up because right now we're not just talking about one stimulus check and blanketing it across the entire United States. No, they're talking about giving stimulus to students, or borrowers, giving stimulus to parents with children, right? Giving stimulus to lower income households. That's what they're discussing. Now, whether or not any of this stuff happens is a different story. But the reason why we need to keep an eye on all these different things is because experts believe that more stimulus is coming, and it's going to be coming very soon. And when it does, according to experts, they say it is going to lead to additional inflation in parts of our economy. Not the entire thing, in certain parts. So yes, the expectation is more stimulus is on the way. It will be somewhat disguised because it's not just going to be a check and they're not going to be like, here you go, here's your $1,200 stimulus check. That's not what they're going to do this time. This time around, they're going to disguise it in different ways, kind of like what they're doing right now. So let me know your thoughts. Do you think stimulus is coming? Do you think you will be able to tell what is actually stimulus and what isn't? What is considered a bribe? Well, we're going to find out very soon because, again, according to experts, it is happening. And we know this because we've already seen a lot of discussions. So as we get more information on potential stimulus, what it's going to do to our economy, will we see additional inflation? I promise I will bring you all the latest news and updates. Again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.